And I'm Dave Anderson.
And here we are at Top End Motors in Christchurch. Woo! On the Hot Rod Show, we go to the National Hot Rod Show in Christchurch for some gorgeous cars. We are riding with the King in the 2016 Americana in New Plymouth. And talking of kings, the King of Cranks, Bing, is our mother's legend. Our trip takes us to Morrisville with the Yankee Haulers Autorama. Yes, all this and more on the Hot Rod Show. Well, here we are at the National Hot Rod Show again, and I'm sitting on the back of Mark and Jan Holdaway's beautiful 48 Willis station wagon. This thing is just absolutely gorgeous. It's got a beautiful Mercury flathead in it. It's got finned heads on it. This is a real hot rodders go away for the weekend sort of a vehicle. It's just absolutely drop dead gorgeous. There's just the attention to detail on this thing. Mark and Jan, you've done a fantastic job. I caught up with them to talk about their other beauty, their Model A. Some friends, from years, or no, I gotta say decades back.
I reckon,
probably. Yeah, from like early 20s, late teens and that.
Yeah.
But Mark, tell us a little bit about, your fantastic Roadster pickup here, because it's not like everyone expects, it's got a four-banger in it.
Yeah, well, it's a traditional car that's sort of styled on 30s, early dry lakes racing before the war. And the four-cylinder just keeps it particularly unique.
Yeah.
And since I got it, I've rebuilt it to emphasise that era of racing, putting traditional speed parts on.
It's good to do, isn't it?
It is good to do, and it clatters and bangs, carries on, but...
Well, it should do.
It gets along the road.
It sounds like Jan, clatters and bangs, but it gets all down the road,
watch what you say, she might bloody whack you one.
The old nut and bolt falls off, and you pick the old hubcap up.
I can't even say that to her.
Well, it's on TV, she won't hit me. After the TV show, I'm going to have a black eye when we do the next interview.
She might do. She wouldn't do that. She's a peaceful lady. No, it's a good car, and it travels at legal speed very easily. 2,000 revs, it's probably good for about 80 odd mile an hour. So no, it's very comfortable to drive.
Do you drive it, Jan?
No, I don't drive it because it's got twin sticks. So
Twin sticks.
Well,
like the old trucks, you have the main gearbox and then a high-low box in behind, so you can swing the two sticks together.
Wow. You're not used to grabbing one stick at a time.
Oh, Doug, this is a family show.
It's a family show. What we're talking about, gear sticks.
No, I like the Williams wagon because,
it's your car.
Yeah.
She drives that.
I noticed both your names are on the Willis, but only your name's on the Roadster pickup.
Well, she's not allowed to drive it because fender exemption as well. Pertains to the driver.
Don't you look good without fenders?
Family show, Doug.
Okay, Jan, thank you so much. It's so good to see you.
You too, Doug.
Okay, Mark.
Good, mate.
Take care, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah, take it for a drive.
Oh, yeah, you hold the ropes down and
I'll take you for a drive.
Back at Top End Motors, they're cooking up a storm, not only on the barbecue, but also in the shop, servicing most of the top hot rods in the Canterbury area. They only trust the best with their treasures. Look at this 32 Ford. Here's a Holden Statesman with a blown Chevy in it. And the mechanics also allow their customers to dream up amazing contraptions. Well, here I am with Corey. Hey, Corey, how you doing, man?
Not too bad yourself.
Tell us about your serious customised vehicle here.
Well, it started out its life as a Toyota Altezza, a sedan.
I mean, like you wouldn't know that,
Well, it's undergone a few modifications. It's got a C5 Corvette sitting underneath it, and it's got V Commodore front guards that have been grafted into the Altezza, and we've handmade the whole back end of it.
It's pretty amazing.
It's been a pretty cool project.
Do many people say, what is it?
Heaps of people. Lots of people think it's Commodore.
Yeah.
Lots of people yeah, they're all just unsure.
So how does it go with that engine in there, man? Like, it's got to get up and scream, doesn't it?
It goes very, very well. We
Yeah.
had it at Kiwi Nats, and I was very surprised
Yeah.
at how well it went.
Wow. I mean, that's a one of a kind, dude. You're going to have to look very hard to find anything like this, aren't you?
Yeah, unless we start building another one.
Look at this. It ain't Auckland traffic. This is Hot Rod Taranaki traffic. At the 2016 Americana, we are riding with the King and his Queen in a 61 Cadillac. This is a huge event in the Naki. The whole area gets on board to come out and support the 600 plus cars in this run from New Plymouth to Hawera and Opunake and Inglewood and all around. Look at the school kids, they're waving American flags. You'd think the president was in town. This is what hot rodding's about, guys. Getting out in the community and having some fun. The kids loved it, and this is where the passion for cars starts. Well, here we are in Opunake, man, and everybody on the cruise here, the Americana cruise, we've all stopped off here for lunch. And wow, look at this, there's a cool coupe, it's a Chevy. Wow, there's a Chevy with a Chevy coming in the driveway there. Sweet, you don't see many of that. There's people still coming in, man. There is just literally hundreds and hundreds of cars. Here's a couple of sweet vets and a couple of roadsters, you know, just hemming them in. This one's on, you know, like one of the main feature cars here today, the Sweet 32. That's just absolutely beautiful. Like, look at the way they've got the front axle and all that, and the big fins around the brake drums. They've probably got disc brakes inside there because they do that these days. They hide everything behind the fin stuff. But, I mean, this is just absolutely amazing. There's just hundreds and hundreds of people, like locals and everything. We're all here for lunch, and then we're all going to be heading off on our way to Hawera. That's where we're going after this, and we're going to be doing some drags there. Man, look at these kids all on the side there. We've been seeing kids all the way along the highway. The schools have had all the kids out, and they've been talking and waving flags and all that sort of stuff. The old American, you know, the American stuff, it's really bitten in here, and there's just American flags everywhere. I mean, everywhere. There's even painted ladies. What you need is a big painted lady, man. You know, it's just wonderful. Yeah, here comes the cops. Cut. Today, and I just want to tell you where I stayed last night. Here it is at the Waterfront Hotel. This is an amazing hotel, but I'm just going to tell you a couple of secrets about it. They have some amazing massaging showers, man. You just stand there, you got shower coming down on you the whole time. But this is an amazing place. Hey, a satisfied customer? Did you like it here?
Yeah, it was great.
It's great. Did you use the shower?
The shower?
The pulsating shower.
Yeah, both nights.
Oh man, isn't it amazing? Well, here we are with another one of our Mother's Legends interviews, and I'm here with Bing. How you, Bing?
Oh, bloody wonderful, Doug. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, and Bing's lovely wife, Jenny.
Hiya.
Not Karen, Jenny. You know, I mean, get names all wrong, but what's it been like living with this guy all this time?
Very interesting.
Very interesting. What are some of the things you'd like to let people know that they don't know?
Well, he tries to kill me every now and again.
Really?
Yes.
With what?
Antics.
Antics. Like, you know, when I knew I was coming to speak to you, you know, I called up Scotty B and said, "Hey, Scotty, I'm going to meet Bing." He goes, "Bing! Oh my God, that guy's crazy." You know, like Craig Stairs, has got nothing on you when it comes to crazy, and Craig Stairs pretty crazy.
He's crazy. Yeah. Stottle is crazy. Yeah. He's out to lunch.
Yeah. But you know, you're crazy.
Oh, maybe I'm a little bit crazy, Doug.
Yeah.
But I'm not. I don't know if I'm that crazy.
No.
You're mellowing.
Yeah, I'm mellowing. Yeah. After last December, I decided I was. Well, I think time caught up with me. Yeah.
Well, now
6-0.
Yeah, well, but I'm 60 this year.
Wow,
you know,
there you
but
go.
I mean, but you know, you're a legend. You know, you've been written about. You know, I've read about you for years. You know, since I was a teenager, reading about you and Christchurch. You know, the Christchurch hot rod scene. It's huge. You know,
I didn't fight in the war or anything.
No. But you know, but this is hot rodders. You know, this is our world. You know, this is what we live in.
Yeah, we do.
You know, I've been reading about in the old hot rod magazines that John Evil, the stories John Evil wrote about you and that. You know, and it's neat to meet you. You know, like in person because you know, like people reading hot rod magazine today, then they look back in old hot rod magazines. There's your name. You know, there's John Evil wrote about you, but. We want to put a face to the.
It's
to
actually
the name.
interesting you mentioned John Eva, my mate Eyeballs. You know,
Yeah.
it'll be 40 years we've been mates with John and Lynn, And he's just a really wonderful guy.
Yeah.
And lovely wife. And we've done so many stunts together over the years, which we can maybe talk about later. But
What sort of stunt?
oh, like when we worked at Barron's Tanneries, we both managed a part of the tannery each. He had the wet floor, I had the dry floor. And it was at the height of the not the 9 o'clock news and Monty Python and that. And I just decided I was going to construct a replica Boeing 747 out of cardboard during the night, because we worked night shift, and attach it to the rear of his car on a rope, hiding behind a tree so he didn't see it when he came out, and fly it.
Yeah.
So he came out at 7 o'clock in the morning, and it was only just getting light, and he drove off. The whole factory were hiding behind trees waiting, and here he is, the rope took up and the replica 747 started scything down the road, aiming at pedestrians from left to right.
That would be cool.
It was until I thought I was going to kill someone.
Yeah.
He didn't know it was there.
Wow.
No?
That's
The
pretty
cardboard.
cool. How big was it?
Oh, it was probably 6 foot long.
Wow.
Yeah, 6 foot wingspan as well.
That's pretty
so,
cool, because
yeah.
that'd start fluttering around a bit, wouldn't
It
it?
was doing all sorts of things, Dave.
Bing.
One of those moments.
Bing, bing, bing.
I remember, in years gone by, talking to Rob Campbell about some of these exploits, and he loved hearing them, eh? And I love telling Rob Campbell about some of the stories. He'd just lie on his back, rolling and clutching his sides.
When did you get into hot rodding?
Well, let me see, Doug. That would have been, it was kind of by mistake, really. I used to build model cars when I was at high school, and I subscribed to a magazine called Meccano magazine. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Now, I didn't build Meccano, but it had a very good plastic kit set model section at 132nd and 124th scale cars. And I had this subscription from the local news agent, and there was a shipping strike. I kept going down there, it wasn't there. He must have felt sorry for me after 6 or 7 weeks. He said, Rob, look, I know your mother really well. She buys a lot of stuff. You just pick a magazine. Not those ones up there, Adam and Man, but one down here you can take home. And I looked, and I saw, I think it was the Hot Rod magazine with Rod Shooter's Street Cleaner on it. Do you know the one I mean? The white...
I think so.
The white 59 Ford that's just been sort of featured again recently.
I remember the name Street Cleaner.
Yeah, Street Cleaner. So I took that home, and my mother said, oh, you got your magazine? And she looked at it and said, oh, that's not your magazine. What's that? Well, that turned the page for me. And Owen Campbell and Rob Campbell's writings, just changed my life.
Yeah.
I just loved the way they wrote, and I could...
They told a story.
Story, wonderful story, yeah.
And I used to love the way Owen used to do stuff too.
And his drawings,
Yeah, I got a beautiful drawing of my sea cab on the wall
you
that
really?
Owen did.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
He used to do those galleries, those old chefs, the different years and the Fords, and so that was, and I really enjoyed telling Rob Campbell that many years later. In fact, probably 10 years ago, we were at a function somewhere, and I said to Rob, you and your brother were the biggest influence on my decision, to get involved in Hot Rod.
Yeah.
And I've never looked back,
Yeah, so Rob and Owen Campbell, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, if none of you recognise this truck, you'll certainly recognise the name of Trillo Metals. Graham Trillo. Graham is a very big sponsor of the Muscle Car Madness show that they have down here in Christchurch every year. So isn't it neat to see that people that sponsor these big events also drive hot rods, like we all love. This is just terrific. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this beautiful Ford Fairlane Victoria behind me, this blue thing here, this is just drop dead gorgeous, and this is Simon's choice of paint in the whole show. Simon's a car painter by trade, so he's been looking at a lot of cars, and this thing, it's really faultless when you get the detail. After having been to SEMA and seeing the quality of cars there, this is pretty much up there with them. Wow, check these bikes out. Like, look at this one. Some people might call it a rat bike, but it's not. This is a piece of art. This motorbike here, look, there's nothing on there that shouldn't belong there, and it's absolutely minimal. A V8 60 engine, flathead in a motorbike. That's pretty cool, So here's our shifter here and everything, but, like we got a Springer front end and, what looks like an old gas lamp on the front. But this bike is just absolutely amazing. Well, ladies and gentlemen, what do you think of this 1941 Willis pickup? This has got a 468 Chevy, it's got a 671 supercharger on there. That's a lot of serious horsepower there. Now, this 41 Willis pickup, it's got the front doors are suicide doors. They've been converted to that. Now, a suicide door is a door that opens from the front. And just look at this, this is just immaculate. The guy did all the work himself on this. But tell us a little bit about your car now, because this is your car,
Yes, this is my car. I've owned it for 7 years. 7 years, and the only thing I haven't changed on it is the upholstery. I've repainted it, new wheels, blew up the engine, blew up the trans.
Did you do any of the work?
I've done the flames myself.
You did the flames?
I did the flames myself. Yep, they're actually plasti-dip, so that means you can actually, I can peel them off later,
Okay.
and they glow in the dark,
Yeah.
and they have sparkles.
Wonderful.
Yeah, yeah.
And so, like, and what do you think of hot rodding?
Oh, it's fantastic.
It's an interesting family,
Oh, interesting. The hot rodders have fantastic stories.
eclectic.
Yes. Yeah.
Here we are with Chantel at the National Hot Rod Show. Happy birthday to you. Wow, look at you. Check the gloves out. I mean, I like that is so picture perfect, Chantel. And it's not Shawnee, it should be Chantel. Make everyone call you Chantel because that's just a beautiful name.
It's Shawnee.
Shawnee, okay. But we're standing by a beautiful T-bird, aren't we?
We are.
Yeah, do you look what? And you've got a car at home?
Yes.
A Ford?
Ford Popular.
Yeah, and are you doing anything interesting to it?
Street strip.
Street strip?
Yeah.
Really? What's it got in it?
Just a 283 going in it.
What do you mean, just a 283?
Well, we want a 383.
You want a 383,
Yeah.
but wow, do you drive it?
Yeah.
Oh, way cool. So, like, let me shake your hand again. Like, check out honestly, the first time I've shaken hands with a lady with gloves like that. You know?
Sure.
Are you enjoying the show?
I'm loving it. It's great.
Is there anything particular that you like more than the other?
Not yet. I haven't
yet?
got right round yet,
Yeah.
but everything's pretty spectacular so
It
far.
is amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh man, it's just I just can't get over the diversity, you know, of cars here.
Everything's here.
Here we are in Morrinsville at the Yankee Haulers Autorama 2016. Here's a pretty cool Roadster Highboy. Here's Yankee Haulers Barbecue. Pretty cool, huh? How about that for a caddy? A Chevy pickup with a big block in it. A beautiful Model A Highboy Roadster pickup. Sounds as good as it looks. There's a P75. Or are they P76s or P75s? These things are absolutely immaculate. Who would have thought these would become a collector's car? There's what's left of the band, folks. There's a single spinner. Beautiful. There's the Morrinsville Drags racing away. Not really. Times are looking pretty chilled. Here's Trevor Halstead's beautiful Studebaker Bomber-Nose delivery with a big block in it. This thing is immaculate and wins trophies everywhere. Here's a look from the back. If you're in a coffin, this is what the view's like. Here's a Trad 32 Roadster. A nice pickup. How I like 'em. Chop and hat. This thing's cool. A few bugs collected on the front. Bit of a rat-a-tat-a-tat-a-tat-a-tat. Nothing wrong with Bedford vans. Join your local van club. They are coming back, folks. Zephyrs, Mark 1s, Mark 2s, Mark 3s, Mark 4s. It's Z cars, everyone. All these cars glistening in the sun. That's just been an awesome day at the Morrinsville Yankee Haulers Autorama. Thanks, everybody.
1988 or 89, you got that.
We're back with Bing, our mother's legend, talking about what else? Cars.
Camaro, and then we got this one here. Bought this in Topeka, Kansas about a year ago. It's 3 months old, and it's just a wonderful car to drive. 400 horsepower, it'll smoke the tyres with blink of an eye, and all that sort of
It's
stuff.
just a normal street car in a way, isn't it?
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, bringing this old car home from Nelson 2 weekends ago, a few rattles, and you know, you got the wind in you, and a few bugs blowing in the windscreen, and it's really basic. You know, there's no computers,
Luxuries,
there's no luxuries.
But it's awesome, isn't it?
I loved it. I absolutely loved it, and it just took me straight back to when I had the 40 pickup.
Really?
You know, with my arm out the window, just trugging along, and I wasn't worried about a few rattles and stuff like that.
I mean, they're all part of the trip, aren't they?
Oh,
you
for
know?
sure. You know, and the amount of people that stop and give you the thumbs up, you know. Isn't that one of the best parts about having these old cars is the joy that you bring to other people?
You see the smile go on their face, you know, and
heavens,
it's wonderful, isn't it?
I took this car in to get
Kids especially, eh?
I took this car in to get a warrant of fitness early last week after we brought it home from Nelson. And there was a kids outdoor party coming across the Ferrymead Bridge. They were on an outdoor pursuits thing or something. And someone pointed to me. The whole lot turned around.
Yeah.
And some of them were, you know, go and do that do toot thing and all this sort of
Neat,
stuff.
eh?
So, oh yeah, they'd go home and think, God, you sit in the car we saw today, Dad. You know. So yeah,
That's what it's all about too, you know. It's enjoying it from inside and from outside.
yeah, you bet. Yeah, so that's kind of where we're at the moment. But the eventing is what we love, you know. So every 2 years.
Getting together, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, like we went to the Americana, you know, up in New Plymouth. What an amazing event, you know, that like for the amenities, you know, and just everything. It was just amazing, you know. It was like there was ample. All the amenities, you know, you'd pull up in this town and that town, and there's just parking, loads of coffee shops, loads of sports. You know, I mean, it was just done to a T, you know.
JR's got that down to a fine art, and we did the one.
And Tony there, you know.
Yeah, Tony Fabish.
You know, I haven't met her yet, you know, but I'll be meeting her at Beach Shop. But they do it just a wonderful job, you know, and like a run that goes around a mountain, you know, like there's the water on one side of the mountain, on the other side and you just drive.
Yeah.
Next year, I'm hoping that we're going to have a crack at that one. You know, I was talking to JR on the phone the other day about something, and I said, look, we haven't done one of the New Plymouth ones. They ran two in Invercargill a few years ago, and we did the first one down there. Oh my God, that was a fantastic, wasn't it, Jen?
Yeah, did JR do the same thing down?
Yep. He gets the community behind it. The schools, the kids.
The school kids. I mean, like driving in the cars, you know, out on the road, just school kids by the 100 waving flags, you know.
And they all benefit from what we do because they sort of, you know.
It brings money into the town, you know.
They put on lunches.
It's American Auto Parts, and this has been a business that's been around for how long?
Well, 30 years we've been here. Yes.
Like you started servicing all the airmen, you know, isn't it when you sort of got this thing going?
Oh, yeah, I suppose so, yeah, that's right. Well, we started off with a dragster with an airplane engine in it way back in the 60s, so... Yep.
Now we have the speed shop here, you know, and well, here we are, we're standing with some, you know, some engines and that. But we've been talking about water pumps. You know, you were saying, you know, how you carry such a good range.
We
of
do
them now.
carry a lot from the LS2 Chevy engines, the late ones, to the old 272 Y-block water pumps for them, and yes.
You must be about the only one in New Zealand with you know, with Bodenker water pumps.
Yeah, probably. We carry quite a bit of 272 gasket stuff, bearings and stuff for them. Yeah, and 390 Ford stuff.
What about like carburetors? You know, like you're quite extensive on your carburetors, aren't you?
Yeah, we got a lot of Hollies from the small ones right up to big double pumpers and that. Yeah, we sell a lot of Holly. That's right. Yeah, we've got those American 32 chassis out the back there.
What's the brand of them?
They're Kiwi Connection ones.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's out of Bakersfield.
That's right. Yeah, they're good chassis made on jigs and that, and we've sold quite a few of them for guys.
It's the Kiwi hot rodding capital of America, Bakersfield, isn't it?
It is, I think. Yeah. Everyone goes there or been there. Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty cool. Well, you had a good look at the chassis. They've done well, aren't they?
They are, yeah. They're a good chassis, yep. Yep.
Well, like, you know, that's about it, man. Like, you know, there's engines, there's you know, everything to go in between.
Pistons, gaskets, air, ignition, alternators, distributors.
You just look, and it just goes on and on. Plug wires, I mean, everything.
Yes. Complete front ends for hot rods down there.
Yeah, drop die beam, super bell,
Yep.
That's pretty cool, man.
And,
I mean, everything's here.
Yep.
This is a real speed shop, isn't
Yeah,
it?
well, that's
You
right.
know?
We're bringing containers all the time
Yeah.
from over there, you know, with stuff in
But,
it. Yeah.
but you don't dabble in any one thing. I mean, you've got everything.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is like you won't find an engine like a speed shop in America any different from this. This is exactly what you will see. You know, you don't got to go there. Just come here to American Auto Parts.
And Paul that works here, he's been
Yeah.
here for 28 years now, so he
Yeah.
knows his stuff real well.
Yeah, and people know him.
Yep, everyone knows Paul, yeah.
Yeah, you saw Paul on the show. You know, he had the big collection. We're sitting in his roadster talking, but that was a pretty cool place. Well, you've met this guy before. This is Paul French. Now, Paul runs the parts department here at American Auto Parts. And Paul, what happens if someone wants to get a hold of you? What do they dial on the phone?
0800 872 727.
And have you got a website?
Yeah, we have. That's USA Parts at americanautoparts.co.nz. And then if you call 0800 number, that'll happen.
Yeah. So his phone's always going around here, but so give Paul a call. Paul is very knowledgeable, on what you're looking. If they didn't have it here, Paul could know where to get it from or could get it in for you.
We're known for being helpful. We don't
Yeah.
just try and sell you something. We'll try and point you in the right direction.
But neither Paul or I have got pants on behind here at the moment. That's
Yeah.
why we're stuck.
Can't move.
Okay, here we are in Hardware, and we're with the Americana run, and we've got a couple of real sweet rides here. We've got a roadster, and over here we've got a 5-window coupe. Very traditional hot rods that you'll see around the place wherever we go. But this is just a fantastic place, Hardware. Like the cars are just filling up the streets everywhere, and there's just hot rodders everywhere, man. It's just one amazing event going on. Like, if you have to come to Americana to see the sort of stuff that they do here, this is just amazing. Like all the streets are they're just full of cars, man. There's just hot rods everywhere. Everywhere you go, there's just cars parked here, there, and everywhere. Cobras, Vipers, Corvettes, Roadsters, Chryslers. Man, there's something of everything here. If you can't find something here you really like, you're going to be too hard to please, man. Because this is Americana, and it's just awesome. Yep, another year over for Americana. The King would be pleased with the turnout. Some spectacular cars, and there were more wings than Auckland Airport. They came in all shapes and sizes and ages. Be a part of this community, ladies and gentlemen. If you're thinking about a hot rod, it's time to get out and get one. Well, that's it for this edition. We couldn't do it without our sponsors, so please support them. Mothers, you can't beat a mother's shine. Protect your insurance, you need these guys. Swiss Tracks, the best flooring in the world. Kiwi Span, they have a shed for everything. Online Logistics, they'll get your car there when you need it. Mag and Turbo, wheels, tyres, suspension, servicing and brakes. It's what they do. Then there's CRC, Smartway Security, Casper Transmissions, Woman on Wheels, Colourworks, and New World Browns Bay. Keep in contact with us at thehotrodshow.com or on Facebook. Until next time, keep the dirty side down and the shiny side up.